Well, how about that? It's like we never left, is it? Hey, everybody, it is now Tuesday, nearing the 5 o'clock hour, and we are going to have the continuation of the baseball game that began last night. It got called at about 3:15, 3:30, somewhere in there. There were lightning strikes in the area, and then it just wasn't going to be too good for us to play baseball. So the umpires made the decision, and now we are back at it. And in this situation, it is picking up right where it left off, including a 3-2 count to Riker Stelsel. The only changes are, since the both pitchers pitched more than there's a pitch count. If you pitch 25 or less, or maybe it's less than 25, I don't remember, then you can pitch the next day. But anything over 25, let's say, it is you have to have at least 1 day of rest, and that kind of goes up and scales up with the more pitches you pitch. And here, take a look at the scoreboard. You can see, they took it off. They had it on earlier. Both pitchers were in the 40s, and they were pitching well, but they will be replaced. It's going to be field substitutions or field changes only. And it looks like for Cameron, it'll be Parker Humphrey who will be pitching for the Comets, and for Grantsburg, it'll be Caleb Rombach. Caleb's swapping with Levi Anderson. Levi goes in to play shortstop. Looks like, judging by the warm-ups, I think Cameron is moving A.J. Guerra, who was the pitcher, to shortstop. Jonas Martinson was the shortstop. He's moving to second base. Parker Humphrey was the second baseman, and now he's going to pitch. I think that's good intel. We'll find out for sure here, but glad to have you with us here in the continuation of this one. Let me know if you can, see us, say hi. Always love hearing from the community as we go here. Also, another big game going on here in Grantsburg, the softball game. Have they gotten things going? That's not it. That is wrong. Let me see if I can get the softball game up, actually. Wonder what happened to that. I'm going to have to get that softball game back up and at 'em. Here we go. But we'll check in on the softball game. They haven't gotten started yet. They are taking on Northwestern. The Pirates and the Tigers will go at it. That's the 1-2 game. Pirates got the 1 seed. Tigers got the 2 seed. And that should be a barn burner. It's the sectional semifinal for softball tonight. And this is the regional semifinal for baseball. No wind in the vicinity, but as you know, if you've been outside today and you're local here, yikes! It is not very nice out. It's this gloom, this air quality, like severity. Hopefully, everybody does okay, and if anybody needs it, I've got my inhaler with me, so. It's a doozy out there to be playing, but the show must go on, as they say. The regional final is tomorrow in, let me throw this up here. Whoever is the higher seed that moves on, and no, that's not true. We already know Barron won. This is an outdated deal from yesterday, but Barron did beat Clayton Turtle Lake, so Barron will host either Grantsburg or Cameron tomorrow. Right now, Cameron with a 1-run lead in the bottom of the 3rd inning. And again, it's going to start right where we left off. So the scoreboard there is right for once from me, but it is going to be Riker Stelsel with a full count. Dane Lozier is on first. Brock Matheny on second. There's 1 out. Brock singled. Caleb Rombach started the inning with a strikeout. Then Brock singled. He's the number 1 batter in the lineup. Dane Lozier followed it up, putting the ball on the ground, an error induced by the shortstop at the time. And now Riker finds himself with a full count. And then if no double play happens, Ryder Anderson is on deck for the Pirates. So just as a reminder, we'll take a look around here at the starting lineups for Cameron. Jayton Silvernail is the right fielder leading off. Andrew Larson is the catcher batting second. Riker Ebert is the center fielder batting third. Brady Gronsky holding it down at third base. He's the cleanup hitter. Mike Reynolds is the first baseman batting fifth. A.J. Guerra now moves to shortstop. He bats sixth. Brandon Reynolds is the designated hitter for Miles Grassman, the left fielder. Jonas Martinson moves from short to second. He bats eighth, and batting ninth is the now pitcher Parker Humphrey. So for Cameron, it's Silvernail, Larson, Ebert, Gronsky, Reynolds, Guerra, Reynolds, Martinson, and Humphrey. And for the Grantsburg Pirates, Brock Matheny is the leadoff batter. He plays left field. Dane Lozier is the center fielder batting second. Riker Stelsel at the plate as we speak. Well, not quite as we speak, but he's the catcher, and he's at bat, batting third. Ryder Anderson is the cleanup batter, and he plays second base. Henry Quintana is the designated hitter, batting fifth for Norman Jensen, who plays third base. Levi Anderson is moving from pitcher to shortstop. He bats sixth. Brock Bonneville is the right fielder, batting seventh. Caden Matheny is the first baseman. He bats eighth, and Caleb Brombach goes from shortstop to pitcher here as we get things started, and he is the number 9 batter. So for Grantsburg, it's Matheny, Lozier, Stelsel, Anderson, Quintana, Anderson, Bonneville, Matheny, and Brombach. Flying solo again here tonight. And it looks like we're going to do the national anthem combined with the softball team, perhaps. Oh, man. Wow. So the softball and baseball teams played the national anthem at the exact same time, and they were both the exact same length. That was incredible. And we are about to get underway here. It is the same umping crew as last night, so they made the trek back. Cameron got to enjoy 2 visits to Grantsburg here in a couple of days, so that's fun for them, I'm sure. Let's see. Now, it looks like I was mistaken. It is not number 11, Parker Humphrey, going to the mound. It is Riker Ebert. So I stand corrected, and we're going to have to figure all this out again. Let's see. So Guerra is at, nope, let's see. Yep, Guerra is at short. And then Parker Humphrey is still at second. What else did we miss? So Riker came in from center field, and I can't see the center fielder's number, but it was probably got to be Jonas Martinson, number 2, is it? I believe it is. Oh, no, Jonas moved to right field, and then the right fielder is Silvernail. He must be in center. Yes, he's not turning his back, so I can't tell for sure, but I think it is. Yeah, I see. Yeah, that's who it is out there. So, yeah, Cameron had to shuffle a lot of guys around, it turns out. But we go here, a mid-inning start here. Again, the game got basically rained out. It got called in the bottom of the third inning. The two Grantsburg Pirates who are left on base head out there. Brock Matheny heading to second. Dane Lozier is on first. Riker Stelsel has a full count, maybe the longest full count in baseball history. So here we go. Back at it again, we are. And the throw back to first. They thought about it. Let's see if we can pick him off of first. They did not. So here's Riker versus Riker. The pitch inside, ball 4. Wow. Okay, so that's how things start. One pitch, and the runner gets to first, and the bases are loaded. That one is a strike on the outside corner. Bases are loaded here for Ryder Anderson. Runners go. It's a squeeze with the bases loaded. And he's safe at home. And the throw down to first gets him. Brilliantly called and played. That's going to be a sacrifice for Ryder. And a bases loaded squeeze play. That is very risky. But it pays off for the Pirates. They trade the out for the run, and they've tied it up. And I say it's risky just because, you know, the play at the plate, you would usually have to tag on a squeeze like that. And that one would have just been a force out at home, but a well-placed bunt by Ryder Anderson, the cleanup batter. And the Pirates have tied it up here in 3 pitches. Here's the pitch. That one's high, ball 1. This is Henry Quintana. Levi Anderson is on deck. That one's also out of the zone. 2-0. Tough situation to come in here for Evert. Checks the runner at second. Here's the pitch. Strike. Oop. The pitch. That one is high. Three balls and a strike. First base open, the pitch. Strike 2, good pitch. A lot of fastballs so far. Quintana with the full count, 2 outs here in the bottom of the third inning. So no wind means Grantsburg lives up to its reputation. Tons of gnats. You'll see the boys between pitches just trying to swat them out of the way. Here's the payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. And Henry goes down, but Grantsburg does tie the game up with a squeeze play. Like a crazy call there from head coach Pete Johnson to get that run across and tie the game up. You know, he was ruminating on that all night. And it came to fruition, as they say. So here we go, a new ball game as we head to the top of the 4th inning. Let's see if the softball game is up. No, something else is wrong. Okay, well, let me see if I can pull that up or if we're just not going to get to watch that game. Okay. Oh, it's working. Let's see if we can get that. Yeah, there we go. Top of the 1st, Northwestern, nobody out and runners on 1st and 2nd. I'm not sure why I don't have the audio coming in. There's a strike. That's Piper Olson on as pitcher. So things kind of moving and shaking over on the softball field. Grantsburg, of course, hoping to get back to state. They went 2 years ago, fell just short against Fall Creek last year, a barn burner of a game. And in 2022, they won the whole thing. So trying to get back to Madison. And now we'll watch as Grantsburg's Caleb Brombach will pitch now for the Pirates. He's had a pretty good season. He has a sub-2 ERA. As of late, has had a little bit of trouble finding the strike zone consistently, but yet he and the team have kept the opponents at bay. So again, the only changes for Grantsburg from yesterday, Caleb Brombach was at short, and now Levi, who was the pitcher, they just swapped spots in the field.
Number 5, A.J. Guerra.
So A.J. Guerra will bat. He'll lead it off, then Brandon Reynolds and Jonas Martinson. It's the 5, 6, 7 batters in the order for Cameron. And the first pitch from Caleb is popped up. That is in shallow right field, and it will be caught. Caught. He lost it out of his glove. Excellent effort by Brock Bonneville, but it popped out of his glove. Umpire right on the spot. And it wasn't in transition either. That would have been a huge out. One pitch and one out. Instead, Guerra with some new life. Just a strike on him. And a timeout called. Guerra singled back in the second inning over 24 hours ago. Here's the pitch. Or maybe it wasn't over 20, about 24 hours ago. That one just missing. Ball 1. The 1-1 in the dirt. Quickly moving. That's popped up. Almost same exact spot, but it's going to land foul. So another strike in the same general vicinity for Guerra. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Reynolds on deck. Caleb shakes him off. Now he's ready. The 2-2. Curveball just missed. Not sure where that one ended. It was knee high or above. Must have been inside. Didn't quite get it over the plate. Here's the payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. Some high cheese, and Caleb sets him down. A good at-bat there for Guerra. Good battle, but Caleb ends up the victor in that one. And there's one away.
Now batting number 24, Brandon Reynolds.
Yeah, like I say all the time, we can see up and down okay from this angle, but inside, outside, can't tell at all. Kind of rely on the catcher's mitten. That's not always reliable either. That one's fouled away this way, and it lands. Nothing hurt. Brandon Reynolds behind, 0-1. And the 0-1, that one bounces. Riker, don't turn your head. Riker does a lot of good things. He is a freshman only. He looks like a seasoned vet, but I'd worry sometimes that ball is in the dirt and he turns his head and takes it off the ear. Here's the pitch. Curveball gets him chasing out front. 1-2. Caleb quickly ready, out of the windup. The pitch, curveball, got him! Then there's 2 outs. Rombach pulls the string on that one, and there's 2 outs via strikeouts here to start the top of the 4th inning. Ironically, this is when the game was supposed to start originally, when the brackets came out. Just missing. Caleb's locating pretty well with the curveball. That time just missing. Here's the 1-0. Popped up, and that's going to reach the seats or the cornfield, one or the other. Plop, right in the middle of the cornfield, strike 1. Jonas Martinson, and then it'll be, Jonas Martinson, then Parker Humphrey. And a timeout called. Guessing it's just to mess with the speed that Caleb likes to work at. We see this pretty often. Caleb likes to get on the rubber and go. Curveball pulled foul. So Martinson down, 1 ball, 2 strikes. They're going to keep the game moving, have some assistant coach or a parent or something running down the foul line to go retrieve that one. Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss, and it's a mow-em-down inning for Caleb Rombach. 3 up, 3 down. Excellent start here. Grantsburg gets a run back in the bottom of the 3rd and shut him down in order in the top of the 4th. So we have a full inning in, basically. No, not really, right? There was 1 out in the bottom of the 3rd. So, but we're only 6 minutes into the game. Let's see what's going on at the softball game now. Oh, Grantsburg got out of the jam, still scoreless. And let me see if I can tell who this is. 1 out. This might be Whitney Myers. I bet it is. I think it is. She bats 2nd in the lineup. This is going to be a barn burner, I think. That one's low and away. Well, you can see that. I don't need to tell you. Goob and Stacy on the call over there. Man, do we love those guys. Make sure you tell them. Well, what the heck? Now there is a new pitcher. I'll get to that as this play unfolds. I was looking away. Grantsburg with a base hit. So the Pirates with 1 on and 1 out. But here we go. Cameron's just changing things all around. I think they were doing a matchup deal there with Ebert, but he has been pulled, and it will be Parker Humphrey on the mound. Okay, and then number 2 is Martinson will go to 2nd. Holy smokes, this might be tough. Guerra is at short. Let's see, 10 is in right field. 10 is in right field now. Yep, that's. I said that weird because he's been out there the whole time. So I think what I had seen during warm-ups is what we have now. But here we go. I hear a big cheer over at the softball field, so maybe something good happened there for the Pirates. And they're in the sectional semifinal. 2 wins away from going to state. Whoever wins that one might have they will have a tough task. It's either Fall Creek or Prescott. And there's a first pitch strike to Levi Anderson. That one misses. 1 ball, 1 strike to Levi. See, Levi walked in the 2nd inning, was left on first base at the end of the inning. Here's the pitch inside. Grantsburg's cheering crew, very loud inside the dugout. It'll be Anderson, Bonneville, Matheny for the Pirates. Caden Matheny, that's a strike. 2-2 now to Anderson. Humphrey out of the windup. This is who Grantsburg faced in the first game of the year. That one's high and tight. Full count here. And Humphrey kept Grantsburg at just one run. Way back on April 8th, I think, was the first matchup. Cameron won 6-1. Here's the payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. And there's a strikeout for Humphrey, and there's one away.
Now batting number 27, Brock Bonneville.
Bonneville steps to the plate. He has struck out swinging. He did that back in the second inning. In fact, the next three guys have all struck out in their only appearance. And there's strike one. Kind of a slower type of delivery here for Humphrey. Makes it a little bit harder to time up, even out of the windup, which will be the same every time. It's just a little bit. Now, I wanted to say herky-jerky, but that's not right. It's just kind of a little bit slow motion until it's not. Let's watch it again. Yeah, right there. That one's a little high. Not the whole thing, just kind of a little hezzy right at the top. It's a cool delivery. 1 ball, 2 strikes here to the second batter of the inning. He's the 7th batter in Grantsburg's lineup. And here's the pitch. That one is high and tight. Had a couple of Grantsburg players diving out of the way of that high, tight fastball, 2-2. Now on Field of Dreams, the advice would be look for low and away, but watch for one in your ear. Let's see what Humphrey does. The 2-2, low and away, just missing. And a full count, second batter in a row to go full. And the pitch. Strike 3. Oh, no, it is not. He pointed with his left hand, not his right hand. A ball 4, excuse me. And a 6-pitch walk.
Number 2,
that one missed outside. My apologies. The umpire is pointing with his left hand to first, not with his right hand for a strike. So here's Caden Matheny, like I said a moment ago, struck out swinging in the second on a 1-2 pitch. Bonneville with a nice lead. You stand. That one's high even to Caden. 1 ball, no strikes. Caden 6-7. Getting some offers to play Division II football at the moment. Humphrey sets and delivers. Curveball, nice one. Strike 1. Caden was part of that inning in luck where there were 3 home runs hit for the Pirates. I can't remember that ever happening, even 3 in a game. Runner goes. That one's too high. Throw down to second is not in time as Bonneville Supermans right into second base. And the Pirates with a runner in scoring position now with 1 out. Pitch was called a ball, so it's 2-1 with a runner on second base. Humphrey sets, and he comes home. Popped up, foul, and out of play. Count is even now, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Rombach on deck. He's the number 9 batter. He also struck out he actually struck out to lead off that 3rd inning. Here's the pitch. Low. Another full count, 3 batters, 3 full counts here for Humphrey. He got the first one to swing through, the second one walked. And here's the payoff pitch. Lifted to center field. And it will be caught in center. There's a tag. Bonneville, whoa, a rocket arm to throw to third. And he is on! An absolute laser from Silvernail gets Brock Bonneville at third base. What a throw from Silvernail from pretty deep. I mean, it's probably normal center field, but that was a 1-hop right on the glove. And a good tag there by Gronsky. Perfect play. Don't blame Bonneville for trying to get there. He's fast, but that was Heck of a play. That's a playoff play there. And Grantsburg can't get a run across. No runs, no hits, and nobody left on base. That was a double play to end the inning. Wow. An F8 and then 8-5. Whew. That's some good baseball there. All right, so that'll do it for Grantsburg. In the fourth, it's still tied. Okay, I think everything is, there we go. Top of the fifth inning in a barn burner here in Grantsburg. We'll take a look again at the softball game real quick. Grantsburg's put a run on the board, so they lead 1-0. Awesome. For the Comets, it's Parker Humphrey, the number 9 batter, to lead things off. Then it's Silvernail and Larson.
Now batting for the Comets, number 11, Parker Humphrey.
Humphrey struck out swinging to start the third inning. And Rombach's first offering is outside, ball 1. That one's lifted, shallow outfield. Dane Lozier in and making the catch for the first out. Oh, I'm not out of lead, am I? Okay.
Now batting number 10, Jayton Silvernail.
Lots to work on here. My dad not able to make it out tonight, so I'm flying solo. There's a good curveball crossing for a strike for the Pirates. Strike 1 to Silvernail. Jayton started the game with a single, then stole second base. Here's one up the middle. Levi smothers it. The throw to first is in time, and the Pirates with some good leather themselves. 6-3, and there's 2 outs. That was a heck of a play by Levi to get it was almost behind second base, smothered it, came up with a good enough grip to throw an accurate throw to Caden Matheny, who did the rest, and retired Silvernail by a step. So in the fourth inning, Caleb's first inning of work, he got 3 strikeouts. Here it's defense that's making some plays. Missing there just a little bit. So Caleb's missing, but not by much, and that is a good sign for the Pirates. You don't want to groove everything. Here's the 2-0, though. Grounded, fisted towards second. Ryder muffed it for a moment, but was able to pick it up. That's the beauty of being a second baseman. You don't have to always be perfect, and that was a beautiful inning. Just 7 pitches for Caleb, and the Cameron Comets are down in order. No runs, no hits, nobody left on. And at the end of 4.5 now, Grantsburg and Cameron are tied up for the Pirates. It's the number 9 batter, Caleb Rombach, leading off, then Brock Matheny and Dane Lozier, the 9-1-2 batters in the order. Check out the softball game. Pirates back at the plate. Just getting started here. This looks like Presley Olson. She takes that one for a strike. Strike 2. Takes a cut. She is out. Well, hello there. Zach's come to visit me. What's up? We have a tab in there. You can just grab what you want. You're welcome. Well, what do you know? A kid asking for money. Not to say hi, not how was your day, not I love you, Dad. Dad, do you have $1? All right, Humphrey in for his second full inning of work. 18 pitches in that first inning, which was the fourth inning.
Leading off for the Pirates, number 4, Caleb Rombach.
So Caleb struck out looking. He was stewing on that last night in our front room. See if he can change his fortunes here. That one he lets travel, and it comes in backdoor curveball for a strike. He gets an inordinate amount of breaking balls for being low in the order. Here's the 0-1. Another one. That one's lifted, and that is a solid base hit into right center field. He's going to turn hard. They're taking a while to get to the ball, but he will stick with the leadoff single. That was a nice ball right back up the middle, basically. And a good start for the Pirates. So the top of the order now, this is Brock Matheny, who is grounded out to shortstop and singled and scored a run. Grantsburg's only run. The throw back to first, a little bit high. Caleb walks it back up and try again here. Caleb does have some speed, so we'll watch him, zoom out a little, see what he's doing. Big lead. That's a strike. Caleb with a huge lead. He's going. That's a ground ball up the middle. He's going to be safe at second to throw to first. Drags him off the base, but a good job there by Reynolds to tag Brock. And good thing Caleb was running on that play because that was tailor-made double play. Instead, Caleb Rombach safe at second base. First base is empty, and that brings up Dane Lozier, who can hit the snot out of the ball. And what do we have here? The Cameron coach coming out.
Number 8, Dane Lozier.
And with one out and one on, Riker Stelsel's taking his shin guards off. I don't like it. Cameron turned a double play in this exact situation. Fly ball throw out at third last inning. Here's a swing and a foul from Lozier. Yeah, that's a good point. I don't know if you could hear that, but I think Riker said, watch the move. They got Grantsburg at second, picked him off last night. Here's a slow roller to short, only one play, and it is perfect. Guerra to Reynolds, and then they throw back to third. And there's two away. Rombach gets over to third on that infield out. There's two away. Now a timeout. So with two outs, this is Riker Stelsel to bat. He led off the broadcast. He had a full count, drew a walk. Now they're talking to Humphrey on what to do here, perhaps. Just maybe making sure that he remembers the cover home. Just doing some coaching here, it looks like. Certainly not going to pull him. He's pitching pretty well. Maybe they have a special play. Watch out for the hidden ball trick, which would not work right here. He's basically on the rubber. And he has the ball. So Riker Stelsel, who has walked twice. That one almost got him. Ball one. Rombach with a solid knock to start the inning. Didn't really steal second. Moved to second on a ground ball out to short. Moved to third on a ground ball out to short. Fouled away straight back. It's 1-1. Stelsel and the Pirates looking for a clutch hit here. Will score a runner from third. Caleb will take chances on the base path, so be ready. If anything is by, that's low, ball two. And perhaps that's what they were discussing. Out of the stretch goes Humphrey. Here's the pitch. That's grounded. It'll score a run if this play is not made. It is perfectly made. So 3 ground ball outs. And Cameron gives up 1 run, or no runs, 1 hit, and 1 left on at the end of 5 innings of play. We're still knotted at 1. We got ourselves a barn burner here in Grantsburg. And let's check on the softball game. Let's see what the situation is there. Northwestern is up with 2 outs, 2 balls, 2 strikes, top of the 3rd inning. Grantsburg leads 1-0. You can watch that on our YouTube channel too if you're interested or are looking for that. Full count. And that one's in play into the outfield, a base hit. A 3-2, 2-out base hit. Nice job by that young lady, and the inning will continue. Actually, as I look over there in real time, I can spoiler alert it for you. The inning is over. Let's see. As you can see there, Northwestern coming out onto the field. Trying to see Goob and Stacy in there. You can just, the umpire's right in front of them now. They're calling the game. Great to see them. And we'll bring it back here. So here we go, the top of the 6th inning. It's anybody's game. Good pitching, good defense for the most part in this one. It's 1-1. This is Riker Ebert. It's the 3-4-5 batters. That one just misses, had some flames behind it, but out of the zone. Ball 1. Ebert, Gronsky, Reynolds for the Comets. Curveball, backdoor, yes. Rombach ready. As soon as he gets the ball, swats a couple of nats. Now we're ready. And the pitch sailed on him, ball 2. Caleb ready. That one misses as well. Looked like he tried to take something off of that one. Missed the zone, and it's 3-1 here to the leadoff batter in the 6th. And he loses him completely, a 5-pitch walk, and Ebert is on first base.
Now batting number 7, Brady Gronsky.
Gronsky bats. He's flown out to center field twice in the game. Ebert, that was his 2nd walk of the game as well. That's a strike on the corner. Good start for Caleb on that one. See if Ebert gets the go-ahead to try to swipe 2nd. Fairly modest lead. He's staying. That one's low and away. 1 ball, 1 strike as the sun starts coming out here in Grantsburg. He goes. Strike, and the throw down is way over the head. So we've seen that a couple of times from Cameron. They take off very early, try to induce a balk. In fact, they did the last time they tried it. That time Caleb just delivered it home. Stolen base. Here's the pitch. Swung on, hit right at Ryder. Makes the catch. No play at second. Good heads up there by Ebert. So a line out, and that's the first out of the inning. Big Mike Reynolds bats now. He's the first baseman. He is singled and struck out, scored the only run for Cameron back in the 2nd inning. That's pop foul and out of play, strike 1. Reynolds will be followed by Guerra. And the pitch with a delay kind of threw Caleb off. It looked like maybe a little bit. Lost that one high and tight, 1-1. Slide step outside. 2 balls and a strike here to Reynolds. Here's the 2-1. Swing and a foul. Norman Jensen is the greatest cheerleader in Grantsburg history. After every play, he is yelling something positive. Love it. Here's the 2-2. Fouled it off. Okay, wow. Nobody reacted. I thought it was just a swing and a miss. It popped out of Riker's glove. Would have been strike 3 had Riker been able to squeeze it up. And now a timeout as Coach Vilstrup is going to come out and talk to Caleb and bring Riker Stelsel in on the meeting. Interesting. We don't usually see Brian come out. Can't wait to hear what that's about because I don't have an idea. Maybe something with Caleb's mechanics. We'll see. 2-2 again. 1 away, runner on second base. That's the go-ahead run for Cameron. Rombach looking, gets the sign. And the pitch outside, and it's full. First base is open, so it's not the very worst thing to walk Guerra here. Of course, he's going to go be aggressive, try to get him out. And the payoff pitch. Swing and a miss, and he did. There's Norman. 4 strikeouts here for Rombach. And Guerra, who was the first batter today, he struck out swinging part of a mow him down inning for Caleb in that 4th inning. Checking the runner, and he'll come home. Just missed outside, ball 1. And the 1-0, strike, good pitch. Came in a little high right at the letters. The curveball curved in there, and it's 1-1. Can the Pirates get out of this jam? The pitch, just missing. 2-1. Two balls, 1 strike. 2 away, runner on second base, knotted at 1. The pitch. And that misses inside. Came back a little on Guerra, but now it's 3-1. And again, same situation. First base is open. See if Caleb can come up with a strike. Brandon Reynolds is on deck for Cameron. And the pitch. Ball 4. Gets away. But Riker there. So 2 walks in the inning for Rombach, and the runners at first and second. Between those 2 walks, 2 outs recorded, and so here we go. New batter, this is Brandon Reynolds. He was part of a 6-3 double play, and he struck out looking as well. That's a strike. That's just missing. You just heard Riker say a half-inch more inside. So that is just off the plate. Big league take, although low and away, that's tough to do anything with. Good to hold on that. That runner's going to third with no sweat. Just timing the pitcher up. The ball was high. And now Cameron with a runner at third. First and third here for Cameron. 2 balls and 1 strike to Reynolds. A real threat now. Throw to first. Nope, just stepping off. Getting the uni dirty. Guerra slides back in. Reynolds and then Martinson if the inning continues. Go ahead run at third. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Good pitch there from Rombach. Evens the count 2-2. See if we see Guerra go here. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. He does go. The pitch. Outside. Another full count. That's 4 3-ball counts here in this inning for Caleb, who is not missing by much usually. Payoff pitch. Swing and a miss, and Grantsburg gets out of it. Caleb strikes him out with some high heat. And that fires them up as they head to the bottom of the 6th inning. And here's some cheering at the softball game, and our video is a little bit behind. So let's see. Bases loaded. Grantsburg has 2 runs across now. Bases loaded. I can't tell who is batting. It looks like it might be Ruby. Yeah, that's Ruby Rango. Fouls that one off, so that's not what they're cheering about. That's not what they're cheering about. She struck out there. Oh, maybe maybe it was Northwestern actually cheering. That could certainly be. Presley Olson with 2 away. Back at the baseball game, Humphrey is back out on the hill, as you would expect. 28 pitches in here. I'm sure both coaches hoping their pitcher here can go the distance. And I don't see why not. Caleb's at 48 pitches. Humphrey is at 28 pitches. Took Rombach a long time to get out of that inning, but he does unscathed. Presley fouls it away 1-1. For the Pirates, it is the 4, 5, 6 batters. Anderson, Quintana, Anderson, Ryder, and then Levi for the Andersons. That one's grounded. Oh, that stayed fair, and there's no play. That is what they were excited about. 3-0. Okay, wow, we're that far behind on the YouTube channel. Okay. So here we go. Ryder Anderson is 0 for 1 at a sacrifice in the 3rd. Humphrey, Ryder, strike 1. Good breaking ball, good off speed, whatever that was. Got Ryder out in front. Working quickly. Ground ball, got rolled over it. The throw from short is right on the money, and it's a 6-3 to start the bottom of the 6th.
Now batting number 50, Henry Quintana.
Quintana bats. He is 0 for 2, reached on an error, stole a base, and struck out in his next at-bat. Would you like to see it? There we go. We'll move the camera for you. That one crosses at the knees, but maybe inside, maybe outside. Again, I have no idea. Ball 1 to Quintana. Henry struck out on a full count last time up. Now it's 2-0. And here's the 2-0. Strike. That was a heck of a nasty pitch there. I don't think Quintana was swinging anyway. And it's 2-1. That one he leaves high. Good discipline there for Quintana, and it's now 3-1. Parker Humphrey pitching well. Here's the 3-1. That one misses high, and Grantsburg draws the walk. Quintana down to first base. Second time he's been on base this game.
Now batting number 21, Levi Anderson.
1-1. And Levi Anderson will bat. Levi walked in the second inning, struck out on a full count in the fourth. Here's the pitch. Strike at the knees. Pirates did a good job getting this place ready to play after the deluge today. Here's the pitch. That one's low inside. I guess that's the wrong word. It wasn't a deluge. It was just a long, steady rain all morning. The only real place that was affected was right there at first base. You can see where it's got some field dry or whatever they call that stuff. Here's the 1-1. Runner goes. It's high, and the catcher can't grasp it. And Henry, I wish I would have had it on video because that was an ugly slide, but it is effective. Stolen base for Henry. I think the clay or whatever is a little bit wet still. He kind of got caught up in it. That's a swing and a miss. Good pitch. Runner. Oof. So that is a strikeout. And Brock Bonneville trying to get Quintana home from second base. Second inning in a row that the Pirates have had a runner in scoring position. See if they can get that clutch hit here. Will it be Brock Bonneville to deliver? The senior would love nothing more. Here's the pitch. He does! That's into left field. Can we go? It's picked up. They're going to try it. Another throw. It is on target, and he is out at home. Henry's hesitating. Didn't read that one well, and it's out at home. Another perfect throw from the outfield. And the Pirates go down. They had the third out at third and the third out at home here in this game. So Bonneville delivered the base hit. Henry didn't quite read it well. He thought it might get caught, but there were 2 outs. It's like, come on. I love you, Henry. I love you. 2 outs. You just go, buddy. I'm not sure, and even if he just was going on his horse, that was a heck of a throw, and he might have been out at home anyhow, but as it was, he was out by a long shot. So the inning or the game will continue, knotted at 1. We head to the top of the 7th inning. Barn burner. Oh, let's check in on the softball game here. Pirates have a 3-0 lead, and they are coming off the field. They're looking good as they head to the bottom of the 4th inning. That is good news for Grantsburg, and not a comfortable lead to be sure, but a lead nonetheless. So Rombach stays in here in the 7th inning. I didn't expect him to come out or anything, but he's pitching pretty well. Has a lot of pitches, 48, but he also has 5 strikeouts in 3 innings. Starts this one, though, with a ball. This is Jonas Martinson, Parker Humphrey, then the top of the order. Strike 1. Grounder, light. Caleb off the mound. The throw to first is a little high, but Caden says, no problem, Caleb, I'll do it. No, that was a decent throw. 1-3, and there's 1 away. Parker Humphrey now is struck out and flown out to center. High and away. There we go. strike one. And it's hitting the mitt hard. He's pumping it up there pretty good. 1 ball, 1 strike. 4 is ready. The pitch is swung on towards short. Levi is there. The throw to first is low, but Caden Matheny picks it like a pro, and there's 2 away. Nice pick there by the first baseman, Caden Matheny. And there's 2 outs.
Now batting number 10, Jayton Silvernail.
So Jayton Silvernail, who is singled and grounded out to shortstop, will bat here in the top of the 7th, trying to take that lead. Tied 1-1 here in the 7th. Rombach is ready, and he delivers outside. I'm sure we have a lot of interested fans from Barron. How are you guys doing? I hope you're all well. That's a grounder, high chopper, 2 hops. Levi, the throw to first. That one is very accurate, and that's a 1-2-3 inning for the Pirates. No runs, no hits, nobody left on. Bottom of the 7th coming up, and it's the bottom of the order for Grantsburg. It'll be Caden Matheny and Caleb Rombach. Then back to the top, Brock Matheny is the leadoff batter. Wow. This is a fun one here in Grantsburg. It might take us more than 24 hours to settle this one from now. No, I'm just kidding. It's been some good pitching, some pretty good fielding. Wouldn't say it's a perfect game either way, but both teams have been able to overcome whatever mishaps they've encountered here. Cameron was up 1-0 as we started here after the day delay. Started with Riker Stelsel for Grantsburg with 1 out. Grantsburg had runners on first and second. Riker had a 3-2 count, so that's where we started it. Riker got the first pitch was inside, so he drew the walk, and Pete Johnson, the old risk taker, called a bases loaded squeeze to score Brock Matheny from third. Absolutely crazy from Ryder Anderson. Well, here we go. Parker Humphrey out there for Cameron. And again, Caden Matheny and Caleb Rombach will start it out. Caleb and Caden both hit home runs in that luck game. Caden, in this one, struck out in the second, flew out in the 4th. This time he gets hit in the square of the back. So, wow, 1 pitch, and Grantsburg has a base runner. That brings up Caleb Rombach. See what he can do. He delivered a base hit, was stranded on third in the 5th inning. He struck out in his first at-bat on a full count. Matheny at first. Here's the pitch. That one is inside or low or both. Ball 1. Grantsburg with the leadoff batter on, and that's what you want to see if you're a Grantsburg fan. The pitch, strike, inside corner, strike 1. I don't think Caleb was going to swing until he had that first strike across per his coach's orders. Now we'll see. Here's the pitch. That one's lifted to right center. That might be extra bases. Caden, that checks up in left center. Caden is at third. Caleb will stay with the big round. That one gets away, but good backup there by the first baseman, and Caleb Rombach delivers a base hit and moves the runner to third base. Clutch hit from the sophomore. Caden Matheny now the winning run at third base. I'm guessing, wow, here's my guess. They may send Caleb. They might not even care about Caleb going to second, but it'll prove to be a good idea here, because my thought here, let me see if I get this right. Caleb steals pitch number 1. Brock's going to take, so Caleb can get down to second. Caden's not going to even leave third base. Next pitch, Brock, it may be the next pitch, maybe the next one, depending on the count. Squeeze play, Brock can get his brother in, perhaps. If that goes wayward, Caleb will still be at third base with just 1 out. So let's see how this one goes. It's going to be exciting. Humphrey, runners on first and third. They're just going to start with it. Oh, he drops the ball. Caden. That was like a safety squeeze, it looked like. The ball was dropped, but Caleb does go down to second. Heavens to Murgatroyd. Excuse me, here it's ball one. One ball, no strikes. Runners on second and third now. Okay, infield is in, of course. That one's lifted. That might do it. Is it going to land? Is it fair? It is foul. Oh. Grantsburg would have been pleased as punch if he would have caught it out there in left field. That's Grassman. Now it's 0-2. Wait, is that right? Yeah, 0-2, sorry. The scoreboard says 0-2. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, and he struck him out. I was under the impression that first one that Brock did not offer at was a ball because it popped out. Intentional walk here to Lozier makes sense. So the bases are loaded, and here's Riker Stelsel. Infield is in. Grantsburg ran a squeeze with the bases loaded to get their first run. How poetic if they try it again here. Different circumstance, though. Everybody's in. The outfielders are also shallow. Bases loaded, one out. Riker Stelsel, the freshman, has had a phenomenal year. He's the number 3 batter in the lineup. Just the winning run is 90 feet away. If Riker can put the bat on the ball on the ground, Grantsburg has a good chance here. They're going to make him pitch. Humphrey, who's pitched well but finds himself in a massive jam. The pitch, low and away. Oh, what a stop! Larson just saved the game on that one. Ball one. A lot of nerves probably for Humphrey. Hopefully he can just clear the mechanism and deliver some pitches he can be happy about, and whatever happens, happens. He's going to go out of the stretch. And the pitch. That one misses low as well. 2-0. Riker will definitely not swing until that first strike is across. All Humphrey has to do is deliver here. Here's the 2-0. That one is it. Good pitch. 2 balls and a strike. Two balls, 1 strike. Runner goes. The pitch is in. It's popped up. It's caught. That's going to be a double play. And Cameron gets out of the inning. A popped up bunt caught, throw to third, and that is the chance you take on a squeeze play like that. And the score remains 1-1. I'm going to take a minute here and gather myself. I can't. That's just. I mean, if that bunt gets down, Caden had one heck of a jump. He almost beat the pitch there. If that even is missed on the bunt, he might have been safe. Now you're taught you've got to get the ball down, and Riker is going to be, especially if the team loses today, will just be kicking himself, and just got to find a way to get that ball on the ground. But heck, Riker has had a heck of a season. Hopefully he can just focus here as he comes out to catch Caleb Brombach, who's up to 56 pitches. Grantsburg bases loaded. And so what was that? I think it was the third baseman who caught it, so that's going to be 0-5, and then that's going to be a 5. Probably 5'6", must have been covering. As Caden gets technically picked off or doubled off of third base. Wow. Well, I said it was going to be exciting. I didn't think it was going to be in that way. So we continue on as we head to extras here, the top of the 8th. So away we go. Caleb Rombach in relief of Levi Anderson. And the score still 1-1. Absolutely stunning. Can Caleb recoup too? He had a nice hit in that inning. He was stranded on second. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. It's the 2-3-4 batters for Cameron. Larson, Ebert, Gronsky. Larson is 1 for 3 in the game. Strike 2 with some fire behind it. Caleb's pitching hard. And he's ready again. Hearts are a thumping here in Grantsburg. Too high. Tried a little high heat for size. Good job by Larson to lay off. Maybe a little too high to off rat. The pitch overthrown outside, 2-2. Curveball lifted into left field. That's going to be a long run for Brock, and it is a fair ball. This is going to be a leadoff double to left field down the line. Great piece of hitting there by Larson. And Cameron comes out with runner, their leadoff batter, on and in scoring position right away. Now Riker Ebert will bat. And there's going to be a conference at the mound. This is, he's just going to call a timeout and go give his coach his gear. Now we have seen Caleb with a good pickoff move to second. I know he's going to want that one back. That was hit well down the left field line. And here we go. Ebert steps in. 0 for 1 with 2 walks. The pitch. Sails high and away. Wanted to bunt there, pulls it back, takes ball 2. Pretty good pitch when he's trying to bunt. He wants to pop him up too, just missing a little bit high. 2-0 with first base open. That one finds it. Might have had similar ideas there, waiting to take a strike before swinging away. Here's the pitch. Too high on that curveball, 3-1. Popped up, and that will get out of play. Count goes full. Here's a payoff pitch. Swing and ground ball in between second and short. Dane stumbles as he picks it up. They hold the runner at third. The go-ahead run is at third base with nobody out. Smart move to hold him there. 2 hits. 2 strike hits, in fact. And Caleb had been rolling. 2 strike hits for Cameron to start the top of the 8th inning. Now they have runners on first and third. Runner goes. They'll let him have it. Strike just caught the corner. And they're going to try to cut off the runner. Infield is in. Outside. Caleb has had 2 strikes on the first 2 batters who hit solid shots with 2 strikes. Credit to the Cameron hitters. Here's the 1-1 with nobody out. Fly ball. This should score one. It's fairly shallow. Dane backs up, and he's going to try firing it home. That's going to go all the way home. It's a heck of a throw. The throw to third is not in time, so missing the cut allows the runner to get to third, and Cameron takes a 2-1 lead. And they still have a runner on third base. And that, the way this thing's been going, might be enough, would be enough. They are 3 outs away now from facing Barron in Barron tomorrow night. And here's the pitch. Ball 1. One out, runner 90 feet away to take a 2-run lead if he can cross. Fouled off. Mike Reynolds singled and scored the only run of the game before the delay, and then has struck out twice in the subsequent at-bats. Here's the pitch. Grounder, and that is close, almost trickled fair. Norman on it, kept it foul. So a strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Everything's happened with 2 strikes. Well, I guess Gronsky flew out with a 1-1 pitch, but Cameron this inning has swung the bat well with 2 strikes. Here's Reynolds. He'll be followed by Guerra. Grounder. Levi has it go off his glove into center field. And that's going to score a run. So again, with 2 strikes, they put the bat on the ball and get another run in, and it's 3-1. Cameron now.
Now batting number 5, A.J. Guerra.
And A.J. Guerra will step in. A.J. is 1 for 2 with a walk. He singled in the second. And the pitch. Outside. Caleb's pitch count up there now, 75, but he's going to finish this thing off. He's pitched really well. The pitch, outside. Caleb's kept it fairly close. Most pitches have been competitive. Last 2 have been quite a ways out the strike zone. That throw is, he dropped it. It might have been close. He didn't slide back. That was close. Good pickoff. 2 balls and no strikes. (3-0). A lot of cheering from the softball field. I think that's good stuff for Grantsburg. Runner goes. It's picked off. Throw to second. He is safe as it's dropped at second base. Had him picked off and the ball was dropped. Would have been a close play anyway, but the runner gets to second base. Wheels coming off here for the Pirates in the top of the 8th. They do still have the bottom part of the inning to try to come back. That one is ball 4. I know Caleb, he's probably pretty frustrated at this point. He's pitched really well. 2 strike hits, a double and a single. An error, another error. It's tough. You gotta battle through it. Here's Brandon Reynolds. Throw to second. It's into center field. He's going to stay at second, so no harm. Threw it to the wrong side of the base. Caleb trying to record another out any way he can. Strike 1 to Reynolds. Martinson on deck. Grantsburg trying to turn a double play here. Low and away on the curveball. That's a strike on the corner. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Jeez. Looked like it was overthrown there. 2 balls, 2 strikes. What did I do? 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. And another full count. The payoff pitch in the dirt, and it bounces high into the air, but that's not going to do anything. So the bases are now loaded. So the corners are in, the middle infielders are at double play depth. So Caleb has to throw some strikes here. This is 7th batter to come to the plate, Jonas Martinson, 0 for 3. The pitch. Caleb is having a hard time finding the strike zone all of a sudden. '85 pitches now. And he missed it. That was I think he called it a strike. Yeah, that was a strike. And it got by Riker, but looks like Cameron is just going to play it pretty safe with a 2-run lead here. That one didn't trickle too far away from Riker, and you would hate to get an out at home here in this situation. Bases loaded, 1 out. High and away. Caleb really is struggling right now. Cruised pretty well until right here in this inning. An emotional finish to the bottom of the 7th. Strike. 2-2. Bases loaded, 1 out. Squeeze play popped up, caught, and then doubled off of third. And that's not close. It's okay to throw balls, but you got to be competitive, and those have not been. Caleb would hate to walk in a run here. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Number 8 batter. Popped into center field. That's going to be tough. Dana's there. They're going to try to go. Dane's got a hose. The throw is on time, and he is out at home. Excellent play. The Pirates get out of it a little bit, but 2 runs have come in. But a little bit of momentum there as he's out at home. Pirates know the feeling of getting caught at the plate. Grantsburg has had several opportunities to win this game, but now they find themselves down by 2 in the bottom of the 8th inning. Due up for the Pirates, it's the 4, 5, 6 batters, Ryder Anderson, Henry Quintana, and Levi Anderson. But Cameron, 3 outs away from moving on. Here, let's take a look. Here's the bracket. Barron, we know, has beaten Clayton Turtle Lake. They beat them last night. They got their game in. And they await the winner. Hello to everybody watching from Barron or Barron fans. Let's take a look at what's going on in the softball game. Whoa! The Pirates out to a 7-0 lead, and they are looking good to go to the sectional final against either Prescott or Fall Creek. Wait, which one is it? Well, both of those teams, Prescott and Fall Creek, won state last year. One of them moved up to Division 3 this year. I can't remember exactly what it was, but it's just crazy that two state champs are facing off here in the sectional semifinal. So whoever wins this game plays whoever wins that game. That game will be on Thursday in Cumberland. Or is this one? Wait a second. Is this one in? No, that'd be in Cumberland. So here we go. Cameron, 3 outs away from advancing as an 11 seed. Ryder Anderson, 0 for 2 with a sacrifice. Good pitch. Strike one. Humphrey moving quickly outside. Here's the 1-1. Too high, ball two. Grantsburg needs 2 to tie, 3 to win. They had the bases loaded with 1 out last inning. That one's a strike. Took something off of it, found the strike zone. It's 2-2. Popped up. That's going to stay in the infield. Second base calling for it, and he will make the out in the infield, 1 away. One out. Cameron 2 outs away from the regional final. Henry Quintana, the junior, steps to the plate. Strike on the corner. Henry would love redemption. He got thrown out at home to end. Which inning was that? It's a ball. And the 6th inning. High and tight. 2-1. Two and two. If Henry gets a hold of one, it can go. Ball 3. That's the first time I think we've seen one get by on a that was probably a wild pitch, but doesn't matter, nobody's on. Grantsburg was open for one of those with a runner on third. Grantsburg had the runner on third several times in this game, have only gotten the 1 run. And the payoff pitch. That one is lifted to right center. It's going to be a tough play, and Henry delivers with a 1-out base hit. 2-strike base hit, and Henry gets on board. Just what Grantsburg needed. And now Levi Anderson, who is 0 for 2, a walk and 2 strikeouts. And Grantsburg playing for 2 runs, not just 1. So strategies in motion. The coach comes out to talk to Humphrey, who's only 61 pitches in. He didn't finish the 3rd inning. I think he hit 14 pitches or something. The guy who started, that was Guerra. So just at 61 pitches here. Levi Anderson with 1 out. And Brock Bonneville, the senior, on deck. Grantsburg trying to make things interesting here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Humphrey checks the runner at first. Slide step home. That is a strike. That is a ball. Henry not showing any signs of stealing. See if the Pirates can rattle a saber here. See if they can make this interesting in the bottom of the 8th. That crosses at the letters, strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Anderson. Grounder, foul. And we'll do it again. Inside. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Runner at first base. Here's the 2-2. Grounder, could be 2. Rolls past the pitcher, picked up, steps on second for 1. Levi beats it. No throw to first, and there's 2 away.
Now batting number 27, Brock Bonneville.
Now Brock Bonneville, who actually had a solid hit that he thought was going to score the run. Henry was on second base. He delivered a shot to left center. Henry hesitated and got thrown out at home. That's a ball. So Brock hoping to keep the thing going, the senior. He's 1 for 2 with a walk. Ball. 2-0. 2 outs. Brock might be waiting for strike 1 here before he swings. And there it is. The beauty of baseball is you always get your 3 outs to try to do something. This one's lifted. This might do it. It's high in the air to center field. And Cameron has won the ball game 3-1. And the Pirates season comes to a very difficult end. Congratulations to the Comets on a heck of a season, especially this playoffs. They were 11th seeded, and they have defeated 2 really good teams. They beat Shell Lake, and now they've beaten Grantsburg. And hats off to Cameron. Grantsburg will be thinking about this one all off-season, the many, many opportunities that they had. And just a lot of times, sad to say, mental mistakes for Grantsburg. You don't mind physical mistakes. You're going to get thrown out from time to time. You know, you're going to make the wrong read or whatever from time to time, but mentally, those are the ones that kind of stick with you. So we have to say goodbye to these seniors here for Grantsburg. That's Dane Lozier. He had one heck of a season. Norman Jensen, who is just everybody's favorite guy. Brock Bonneville as well, a senior. Brady Gross, who was injured early and couldn't compete with the boys this season. It's his last game as well. I believe I got all of the seniors. But a good crew coming back next year, and a really good JV team as well. So Grantsburg will be back next year. 8 innings it took to decide this one, and Cameron bests Grantsburg 2 runs in the top of the 6th. A double from Andrew Larson to get things started, and then Riker Ebert with the single, and then a couple of errors and a sacrifice, and 2 runs come in for the Comets. So that will do it for us. Let's look at the softball game, and Grantsburg winning quite nicely. They're 2 outs, runner on first, but they're up by 7. And Ruby slugs one, and She is out. So that one looks like Grantsburg's going to win that one. They'll play on Thursday. And that'll be an exciting one. That's in Cumberland, but Goob and Stacy are going to go, and they're going to live stream it. As we watch as seniors, this is such a tough moment. And I also feel for Riker, just the freshman catcher, and he's in a long hug there. He's got to be feeling pretty rough right now. Norman, I'm sure, was consoling Riker more than Riker was consoling Norman at that point. So that is going to wrap things up. Wish it wasn't over for the Pirates. My son Caleb, is just a sophomore, so I feel doubly bad as a dad. And, you get to know these guys, not just in baseball, you know how small towns are. You just know all of them. You know their parents and their families and all of that stuff. So, but same thing for Cameron. Let's take a look at Cameron's huddle. Much different vibe in that one, to be sure. And again, congratulations. That was a very fun, exciting second-round playoff game. And the Cameron Comets victorious. So congrats to them. They'll be playing at Barron tomorrow night. And I can't remember the rules exactly, but I do think that come on, Bob, use that thing. AJ will be able to pitch tomorrow. I don't quote me on that for sure, but I think so, because today is his day of rest. I can't remember exactly how many pitches he had, and even if I could, I think it was 46. I think you have to have under 40 maybe. You'll find out tomorrow night. But Humphrey came in and did a fantastic job. Again, Grantsburg had runners at third base how many times in this game? I'm just going to count it up quickly. 1, 2, no, that was an out at third. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 times, not including the run that they scored. They did leave a runner on third in that game too, or in that inning too. So, plenty of opportunities, just not quite getting that clutch hit or whatever they needed to get this one in the win column, and it comes at the worst time. It's a one and done for Grantsburg. But life goes on, and they're getting a picture right now. Anyway, I'm rambling. Thank you, everybody, for watching, and good luck to the Cameron Comets the rest of the baseball here on We Are Cameron, and we are